Bang. Hello, shooters, loaders, and casters. Welcome to the Georgia Shooting Connection Friday night live stream. We hope all's well. Hope everybody's feeling good. Hope everybody's had a fabulous week. And hope you're ready to kick back and relax for a while and let's have some fun. So we'll start with the man that just kicked back in his chair, that dude, Kyle.
I am kicked back, brother, and thank you. Good to see everybody this Friday night. Been having some back problems, but I got my little 21-year-old chiropractor working on me. So that's all good.
What's her name?
No, it's a kid I work with, one of our apprentice techs. But a friend of his growing up,
Sure, we believe you.
And he picked up a couple of things. And let me tell you, yeah, it works. Thanks for being here. I'm sure that all of y'all will give us a lot of things to talk about. We're going to talk about gas checks and stuff like that. And I'm going to go sideways here and say, Mark, whoop.
Howdy, folks. Not too much going on this week. Just enjoying the cooler weather and gearing up for hunting season. And got to the range today and played with an SKS a little bit on my last video. So other than that, I'll pass it over to Mr. Ozark.
Hey. Been a busy week for me, loading and getting ready for hunting season, which is tomorrow. So I'm doing the depredation hunt. So we get to rifle hunt as soon as bow season opens. So that's a good thing. We got 10 doe tags and the AR-10, and my son's 30-30 will be hitting the field in the morning. And loaded up some 7 mags, some 308, 300 blackout. What else though? I guess that's all loaded up this week, but Sprint the Afternoon with Preacher absolutely had a blast. He took me to about 10 different ponds, and we exterminated probably at least 100 turtles today. I probably shot 250 rounds of 300 blackout suppressed, so that was the bunny farts were flying today.
Turtle.
So,
Turtle.
All right, let's see if I can do this right. Scotsman.
Oh, you got it right. I'll screw it up. Good to be here. Last couple of weeks I had to work, so good to be here. Good to see everyone. Yeah, it's been a busy week for me, just working. But I'm glad we're talking gas checks because I do have a new mold and some gas checks to work on. So I'm glad we're talking about that because that'll help me out. Nope, just somewhere. Willie.
Around the corner.
Hi guys, just a normal week for me, just playing around casting and trying not to get in trouble. I pulled the trigger on a Frankfurt Arsenal tumbler last night. My wife came up this morning saying, "You spent all this money." I'm like, "Yes, I did. Thank you kindly. It's about time." We lost Kyle.
So you went with a wet tumbler?
Yeah, bought the Frankfurt Arsenal. I've been wanting that forever, and I know Black Friday is coming, but they had it for $149 on Amazon with free returns if I didn't like it. So I know I'm gonna love it. I know it's a loud machine, but it was between that and a Thumbler's tumbler, and the big Thumbler's tumbler around me is just big money. So
it's not as loud as a dry tumbler, so don't worry about it.
That's true.
Yeah, those dry tumblers are, they're loud. They are.
Yeah, I use mine for powder coating now. That's one thing I use my vibratory tumbler for. If I have an old, hard powder coat, doesn't want to coat good, I just throw the bullets in the tumbler and let them run for 10 minutes, and they're coated.
You know what I do with mine?
What you do with yours?
There's Kyle back. What I do with mine is after I take all my cases and throw them in the bag and squirt them with the lanolin lube and then size them, I put them in there to clean the lube off of them.
Good idea.
About 30, 45 minutes in there, and then that gives them. I use. Oh boy, look at here.
Hey, sweetie.
Hi, sweetie.
Hey, darling.
Say hi.
How are you?
Say what's up, guys?
You're
Future reloader.
What's her name?
You gotta wave. Come on. Where's the
Wave
wave?
at us.
Bailey.
Hi,
She
Bailey.
wants to go play. Say
Bye,
bye.
baby.
Say bye.
She's like, look at all these guys. Who are they?
Is she beautiful or what?
Oh, yeah.
She
You're
got
blessed.
stage fright.
You are blessed for sure, MCK.
Willie,
Oh,
is,
yeah, those boys.
is that your dogs?
Yeah, sorry. My son's friends over, and she hates him. Let me mute my.
My dog's barking too, Willie. I can't help it.
It was funny. Preacher's wife is trying to teach
Good.
his German Shepherd not to get after the chickens, and she's like, "Always doing so good." And she goes around back behind the house, and you hear a chicken go, "Wow!" Preacher's like, "Oh, Champ just got one."
Yeah. So, tacos. That's a thing now, man. A lot of people are not using their steel pins just because it's such a pain in the backside to get them separated. Look who we got here.
The only thing I use steel pins on is when I shoot 308 suppressed because they're just so funky and nasty.
Yeah, I haven't done it suppressed, but they get dirty. I'm sorry, Jamie. I hit the wrong button a minute ago. Apparently, all red buttons aren't the same.
No, they're not. And Sharinda popped in for a second, and then she took off. I was
Well,
trying
I
to
can
get
bounce
her
out
on.
if she comes back, Jamie. Let me know. I don't mind sitting on the backside. I usually still pins on everything.
That's
Three
308
black.
suppressed right there.
Holy cow, that is
They're
dirty.
nasty. Mhm.
I've never seen
And-
this before. Chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. Unable to connect to chat. Please try again later.
I've had that
Hey,
problem.
Jamie, you got a question up there.
To what?
You got a question up there, 35 Remington.
All right.
It was, do you hunt with a 35 Remington? Yes. Yes, you do.
My favorite cast load bullet would be the only one I've ever tried.
Mhm.
And it did pretty well, so I hadn't tried any more. It's the Sharinda, you can come back on in a few minutes, dear.
Here, I'm gonna bounce out so she can come back.
No, man, she won't do it. She won't. She's funny like that, but she got a link. She I don't know what to tell you. But it was really fun to get to shoot with her and her sister, man. I'm telling you. Okay, 35 Remington, the best bullet is that I've used is a Lee C358 200 round flat. And what that is, Kyle's got a bunch of them. He borrowed my mold and loaded up, cast up a bunch of them, and they just shoot really good out of 35 Remington if you get the right load. Hold on. Except mine ain't purple like that one.
It's actually light violet. Good old the duck master himself, Mr. Timothy Robinson, turned me on to this. It looks purple, but it's actually pink. But hey, they shoot.
You were corrected there, Jamie. It's light violet.
Right.
Yeah, that's a lot different than purple.
It looks funny on camera. It just does. It looks really purpley, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's hot pink. and Timothy Robinson the great Lord Vader of the Ducks is who turned me on to that color, and it works great. It's from Eastwood.
You got a question, Ozark?
Yep, that's a bobcat with a quail in its mouth. It's been over behind me, but I built that shelf over there up at Twisted Twines and hung the bobcat over there on the wall.
I should have got the one I shot stuff too.
Yep, he was a big one. He was a 27-pound bobcat. So
I'm
never
telling you,
weighed the one I got.
bobcats and cougars and panthers, they amaze me. Oh my God. I mean, they're so beautiful, but man, they will kill you in a heartbeat.
Yeah, the funny thing is I'm in my truck on the passenger side. My buddy's driving. We're going over a little creek ravine, and he stops, looks down, looks at me, and starts to roll again. I'm like, whoa, what the hell's down there? And he goes, there's a bobcat down there. So I jumped out, ran around, and popped that sucker point blank. I had to bring my scope way down because I was shooting squirrels long distance. And that thing, it just stood there saying, I'm a pretty kitty. Dead kitty.
Yeah.
But
Happy,
then
pretty kitty little
that's right.
make back scratchers out of their front paw.
Well, the landowner wants them hung up on the gate to prove that you got them. So that's how you get permission to hunt on the property. So I hung them up on the gate, and he was quite happy. So I'll tell you what, they'll kill a sheep and just eat a little of it, and kill another one, eat a little of that one, and then leave. You know, it's crazy.
Well, that's because they get run off by coyotes and stuff like that. They get run off by pack animals.
Hey, Uncle John. Hey, Kenny.
If they can't carry it up the top of a dang tree, then they'll only eat just a little bit and leave.
Yeah, bobcats are mice, squirrels, rabbits, whatever they can catch on the ground.
I mean, they'll kill anything they can kill,
right?
But if they can't carry it to the top of the tree, they ain't eat it.
Hey, Surrender.
Surrender.
Got your Royals hat on?
I do.
I'll be back, Jamie.
The Chiefs hat on.
I was gonna say, I thought it was the Chiefs.
It was. I don't ever know what day of the week it is. I wasn't even aware football season started until somebody asked me one.
I quit
who's that
caring.
cutie?
It's Bailey.
Hi, Bailey.
She can't hear you. I got
I need to get Rigby in here.
Yep. Might as well get more cuteness.
Hi, Bailey.
Hi,
Okay.
Bailey.
Let me go through the chat room. We're showing 41 in here. I want to thank everybody that's in the panel tonight for joining us, because I was thinking earlier we wasn't going to have anybody, and now we've got a plethora of you guys, and we've got 41 folks, 45 now, what I'm showing. So we got Warsaw Patriot, Eagle Eye Shooting, Vanessa Kitty Tacos, and French fries. Now I'm hungry. Idaho Rogers USMC, Mario Mosen. Everybody ready? Hey!
Hey!
Buzz
Hey!
T48, Thorzax. Hey, Dave. We got Big Al, Uncle John. We got the Crazy Scotsman, and he's in the room. Eagle Eye Shooting again. Daniel God is my judge. Sharinda Pink Shears is in the room as well. Vanessa Kitty. Eagle Eye. Okay. James Aveskig. I can't say that. Did I say that right, Scotsman?
Yep.
Aveskig. Anyway, I'm sorry I'm butchering your name, James. We got Kingpin out there. The Texas Outlaw, Michael Sines. He said he'd be right back. PCC Kid, what's up? Mr. Andy 79Z28. Rollis Carvelis. Where is he at tonight? Okay. All right, we will get back to that. We'll get back to this comment. Thoughts of an old soldier. What's happening, my brother? Kingpin again, Uncle John. OCD Outdoors. Hey, man, when you coming back on here? We got to catch up. Single shot. What's up, Richard? There's Big Al again. Paul Loud. And I think we're just starting. There's Red Raider reloading. And Reloader 762. I can't say tacos and french fries again. When I say that, I start getting hungry and I just finished supper.
I could go for some tacos and french fries.
There's Lever Guns 50. Welcome in, brother.
Howdy.
And Andy 79Z28 again. Chris 338, Broke Loader.
So brokenness.
James Pollard. Okay, that takes us all the way back to 810. So, golly, we're glad to have y'all with us.
I liked your video, Broke Loader. That was pretty cool.
Looks like K24 jumped in and Pony 47 jumped in.
Yep, Pony 47. There's Bald and Curious, K24. All right.
Now, Jamie, Sharinda, MCK, the Crazy Scotsman, probably not even Ozark know anything about In-N-Out Burger, Mario. But let me tell you, that's some good stuff.
In-N-Out Burger. If you ever feel like you're clogged up, go to In-N-Out Burger. Give it about 10 to 15 minutes, and you'll be good to go.
That's right, kind of like a 7-Eleven burrito. It'll work its way.
My problem with In-N-Out Burger is I didn't know they wrapped them in paper. And the first time I went through the drive-thru, I was on my way to a job interview, and I had eaten like half of the damn hamburger, and I was like, "The heck is that?" I didn't know they wrapped them in paper. I was eating the paper too.
So we've had some more folks jump in. We got OCD. We'll see if we can get you on next Friday night, if that's okay. We got Idaho out there. We got Coach Brothers Firearms, Floyd Hicks. And happy Friday.
Happy Friday to everybody, including you, Walter.
What do you mean, especially Walter? I'm glad Walter's out there because, and Eagle Eye too. We wanted to talk a little bit about gas checks for Big Al. First thing I want to say about gas checks, and I hope you guys will chime in.
Are you done?
I think people worry too much about gas checks. I think they serve a purpose, and when they're needed, they're needed. But most of the time, you don't need a gas check. Only when your pressures are getting high would you actually need a gas check. And what I'm saying is, everything that I will say about gas checks is predicated on a powder-coated bullet because I've never traditionally lubed only once in my whole life, and that was for the taco video, the Taco Apocalypse video.
Jerry Reed wrote a song about it. When you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not.
What I was taught was a rule of 22s, 2,200 feet per second or 22,000 pounds. You exceed either one of those, throw a gas check on there and you're fine, especially if you're in a revolver.
So I got to add to that. What about the bullet design? If it's designed for a gas check, should you go ahead? Or I've seen some guys have better performance with the gas check because it's designed to have one versus not. So
and that's an excellent question because I have one and I was going to ask, do I have to use it or not use it?
Your shorter bullets that only have one driving band. Interpretation. Shut up, Ozark. A lot of your shorter bullets only have one driving band, and if that's the case, then for stabilization, I would I'd put the gas check on there. So that's the way I look at it. No gas checks on handguns. Fuzzy says, well, Fuzzy, some 357s and some 44s. There's some different loads there that need them.
Yep, I've got some severe 44 Magnum that even out of the pistol, I use gas checks on just because they're hot. But even though it is a pistol caliber, I've got a Henry that's chambered in the same caliber, and depending on how fast you're going to push them, like what you said, Ozark, 2,200 feet per second, you probably should. You can get away without it, depending on how much you're shooting. And there's a lot of factors in there, but the gas checks will ensure that you have a good seal.
38 special and 45 ACP, I would probably never use a gas check on unless I was casting bullets that were designed for a gas check and I wanted to see if they shot better or not.
And what I've seen out of a pistol, they do not. Out of a rifle, you can get some mixed input. But out of a pistol, I've never had a need to.
Yeah, there's some 45 ACPs that would be the lighter weight bullets down to the 180s and below and stuff that you might want a gas check just for stabilization. Yeah. That would be the only reason, just like what Scotsman was talking about earlier. If it's a little one, yeah, that'd be it.
Yeah, they just go so fast.
That way it'll go straight down the barrel instead of.
Coach, what does never mean? Let me back up, see if I can figure that one out.
She's here, baby.
So Andy said he's never used gas check.
She's coming.
Keeping it under 2,000 feet per second, though.
Well, when we get to that, what we got to say about that is velocity is a result of pressure, and you're going to be judging whether or not you use gas check or not based on your bullet design and your 38 and 45 never based on your pressure. Pollard goes up 2,100 feet per second without a gas check and powder coat. See, powder coating changed the game, guys.
Yeah, it did.
If y'all want to go and check it, get you a powder coated bullet, take it, put it on your vise, and start squeezing it, or take a pair of pliers. Don't just hold it with your fingers like that and hit it with a hammer, but that wouldn't be smart. But get your pair of pliers and hold it. See if you can beat that coating off. You can't do it.
So how much do you think gas checks assist in fouling, actually avoid fouling? Do you think it helps any at all?
Lead fouling?
Yeah.
So let me bring up this, and everyone, bring your points to it. For those out there that maybe don't know what a gas check is, what is a gas check and what is the purpose of the gas check intended to be? And then we can kind of go into what you just brought up there.
There you go.
Gas checks. These are copper. They're a gas seal. That's as exactly what they are. They go on the base of the bullet to seal the bullet within the barrel in the land, so you don't have gas escape around the bullet. When you do that, there's one on the end of the bullet. if you the if you have gas escaping around the bullet, then you are going to have lead fouling in your barrels. The and the gas check keeps it from doing that. It will seal up. I got some fat ones with gas checks too.
Okay. Here you go.
458 SOCOM, 4570, same bullet. Gas check, and I only gas check the ones for 458 SOCOM.
This is a 38 357, and I just happen to have some semi-wad cutters out here that are a gas check design. And let me blow this up right here for a minute.
Yep, Russ Bartholomew.
There you go.
Brumbelow, sorry.
Can you see the little indentation there made for the gas check to go on? And what happens is you just, if I can get this thing turned around here, the gas check will just slide on there. And how you apply those gas checks is you get it started on there and then run it through your sizing die. So you put the gas check on the same time that you size your bullets. Theoretically. That is a fact, Mr. Andy. If you have a rifle or a pistol, whatever, but if you slug your barrel, you want to go 1 to 2 thousandths above the size of your barrel, and so when you size it, so like for example, my 35 Remington is a Marlin micro groove, and it's hard to read the size of it because it's got so many little grooves in it. But the grooves are 3, 5, 6, and so I size my bullets to 3, 5, 8 because everybody says that lead bullet won't shoot in a micro groove barrel, but those ranch dog designs are made for it, and they typically use the tumble loop design. There you go. That's something that I have not heard before, Coach. You want to size it to the throat, not necessarily the bore.
Well, the standard rule of thumb on cast bullets is 1/1000th over. So a 308, you size it to 309 for a cast bullet, and so forth. Your barrel might like 309.5. Your barrel might like 310. Will it chamber? Just like Coates brothers are saying right there, it's got a chamber in your gun. I've got a 9mm that if you go over 355, it ain't chambered. It's just a tight chamber.
Yeah. Send the slug down the barrel and then go 1,000th over that is,
Big Al, I would say yes, and Uncle Jim has a very good video on applying gas checks.
And Jamie, we were talking about this the other night. If you're using powder coated bullets, do you gas check them before you powder coat? Do you gas check them after you powder coat? I've tried it both ways, and they do stay on there if you powder coat it beforehand. Because I'm shooting in a rifle and a pistol, I'm in that category, and I want to I want to gas check my rifle bullets, but I've already loaded or cast up and powder coated all these other bullets. It's a little bit more work to get them on there, and what I've been doing is using just my sizing ram in my press. The what do we call that? Did we call it the ram? What do we call that? The doodad, the stick,
The piston ram, whatever you want.
The punch.
the punch. Yes. And I'll take up. I can show you right here if I can get the dog away from everything. Oh, move! Goodness gracious! This right here is just a flaring die for 44 Magnum, and as you can see, it's just a flat surface in there. So what I would do was sit this in the press, and you can feel it go tink, and you're done. That's all it needs. And then run it through the sizing die after it's powder coated and all that. So you're essentially running it through there twice. I don't know how y'all do it or how I'll do it. I don't want your acorn. I don't want the acorn. Here, take it. Go. But that worked for me, and it actually sealed the gas checks pretty good.
Big Al, have you slugged that barrel? I would guess that it's going to be probably 308 to 309. I would probably size it at 310, 311. And like Coach says, if it's going to chamber, it's going to shoot. Because you got to remember, guys, lead is it'll obturate very well, and
it's like Coach is saying,
Idaho's up there. And Idaho's talking about accuracy with an AR with cast bullets. Well, you guys know I have a 6.5 Creedmoor. I did pick up a 6.5 Creedmoor mold. It is a gas check mold. And I am going to try my best. I got to pick up some handles still. But once I get some handles for this, I'm going to try my best to get the most accuracy I can with that particular bullet and see how we do. So it's in the works, but I truly believe it is possible to get some really good accuracy with an AR with a gas check cast bullet.
maybe not 223, but yeah.
Yeah, you just don't send them down the barrel screaming fast like you would a full jacketed bullet. And I mean, Coast Brothers, they do it all the time. So,
Jeremy, we ain't seen you in months, and then you going to holler, I got to go to bed. Damn, boy.
it's deer season here tomorrow.
I reckon. That ain't what I was looking for.
I know what my baby girl's looking for.
There
She's
you
looking
go.
for this frozen peanut butter treat. Come on, let's go. I'll be back.
Big Al, Pollard says his 30-30 likes 310, and I'm assuming that is a Marlin, Mr. Pollard.
Knowing him, I'm going to assume so too. I would say so, knowing him.
Is it what you know?
Yeah, always put your gas checks on as you're sizing bullets, or if you're having trouble, you can do what Kyle does and use that flare die and just pop them on there.
Now, if you're a person that powder coats and stands your bullets up, you are going to have a real fun time putting gas checks on after powder coating because you're going to have that little.
Yeah,
you're going to have that little flare.
223. They're a pain anyway. I mean, they're so small.
Well, you're not going to stand them up. I wouldn't think, and be able to put them in your oven at the same time. But 357, 38s, 44s, 4570s, those fat bullets, you can stand them up easy. But getting that gas check on after that powder coat,
You got to work it a little bit.
Yeah, you got to work it.
Yeah.
That's why I actually went to the metallics on the powder coat because it's a thinner powder coat on the 458 SOCOMs, and it's just easier to get on. Because the gas checks do kind of get funky and gummy with powder coat on.
Yeah, I can see that, Reloader. Yeah, that's some good stuff right there, Big Al. Do a screenshot of that. So, Scotsman, you get a 30-30 mold?
Yeah, I showed them. I sent you guys pictures of them. Hold on.
Yep. High tech's not an issue. Thin.
Yeah.
So there's my 30-30. This is an RCBS mold. This is 309, 150 grain.
That'll get it done.
And that is Eastwood Mirror Red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My new favorite powder coat bullet.
And
Powder coated.
that's what I managed to get done when I did them last week.
So I got to say thanks again to the Scotsman for sending me some of that.
Yes.
Oh, you're too quick.
With that. Yeah.
These aren't coated yet, but yep. There you go. Actually,
Is that a Lee 150?
I think it's a Lee 200. I think these are the Timothy Robinson bullets.
Oh boy.
One thing about gas checks is it is not a fast process. You might do something that's a little faster, but it's still not a fast process.
There you go. There you go. This is the Lee 150 gas check model. See the step on the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. You can see it there.
Yeah, that is.
And
That
300
one's
Blackout
wicked.
does not like it. It's too fat of a nose job.
Yeah, I don't use it in 300 Blackout.
I'll show you guys a little trick I did for the 8mm Mauser gas checks. They wouldn't fit on with or without powder coat. So I took a little hollow tube of brass,
Hold on a minute.
stuck a bullet in it. So I can open that up and flare it a little bit, and they seat on there just fine, and then run them through the sizer. So that works for me on the 8mm Mauser.
Good deal, man.
That's the one thing I like about the NOE bullet molds is the ones that are gas check. You can get the Kyle said it earlier, the tip that matches the profile of your bullet. So you can do exactly what he does. You can pop that gas check on there, or you can feed it straight through the sizer base up, and that's really nice, especially on the longer bullet. Oh, what the heck are they stinking cold?
All right, one thing I've noticed with the putting the gas checks on base first through the sizing die, it kind of domes over. You know, it makes it kind of
Top punch.
Yeah. So, what difference do y'all think that makes? That the gas check is domed like that?
I couldn't tell you. The ones I do that on are, 4.58 diameter bullets anyway, so I don't think it makes such a low ballistic coefficient. I don't think it makes a bit of difference whatsoever. Now, on a little bullet, a smaller bullet like a 30 cal, it could make a difference at those speeds.
It seems like it would make the gas want to go to the outside of the bullet, but then again, only
It's going to
momentarily.
flatten out as soon as that pressure hits it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who knows about the regular copper gas checks versus the Gator gas checks? I don't know the exact difference between the two of them.
Gators are a copper alloy. You know, it's none of them are going to be pure copper, I wouldn't think.
But they got like teeth on them or something, right? Isn't that what it is? I don't have any, so I don't know.
I got some right here.
Yeah, wait for it. And here comes Ozen.
Well, that one went shooting across my desk.
You'll find it with the vacuum.
There you go. Well, it's just like it. There's a little lip in there, like it just hadn't been chamfered or something. I don't know. I buy them from Al. He sells the Gators because every time you try to buy them directly from Gator, they're out. Now, some people make them out of aluminum, and I hear pros and cons about that the aluminum can react. I know aluminum and copper can react. So,
Yeah, I heard that too.
or aluminum and brass can react as well.
Would you quit? You're making a lot of noise. I'm sorry, my dog.
Are these people that are trying to save a couple of bucks by trying to make them themselves out of aluminum? I mean, is it that much different?
I don't use enough gas checks to say it's going to save me any money or not. So you pay $20 for a kit that makes gas checks. That'll buy you a lot of gas checks, you know, because they come in bags of 1,000, and that'll last me for years. I promise you.
I do want to give a special thanks to a certain person on the panel. This is kind of my mail call video. I've been getting a little bit of mail, and it's easier to do it this way than it is to make separate videos. Mark, thank you, sir. You found the precious. You found the precious.
Your overshot cards.
Thank you, sir. I've used a few of them. I want to thank you very much for that.
You bet.
Has anybody seen Squatch in the side chat yet? I thought I saw him earlier.
Squatch is at work, man.
Well, then he can squatch that.
I think. Hopefully he's at home by now. Yeah, if you're on a budget like me, see, when I'm reloading, I'm wanting to save every penny I can naturally, and I think that's one of the reasons why we all reload. But when you start using the gas checks, like Ozark said a while ago, he uses so little of them, you know, and they add the cost. When you buy a commercial gas check, you're spending the same money on your gas check as you are your primer. So you almost doubled your price per round right there by putting that gas check on that bullet, particularly if you're buying Hornady and some of the bigger brand names. Now, if you buy from Sage Outdoors, you'll save a good bit of money. They're a little bit over half of what Hornady's gas checks are. And then you can take like Willie Bullet Man right here and buy your own gas check maker.
From Dima Proc, is that his channel name?
Yes. He sells them. Willie's saying that NOE makes a gas check flailing die. I don't really know what that means unless
Flaring die. So if your gas checks are too tight, you can flare them.
Yeah, he's trying to say flaring.
Yeah. Yeah. So, when you're buying gas checks, you're pretty much doubling the cost of your round, and something you need to think about. But I've always wondered, and I want to do a test of it to see, like Mark was saying earlier about, does a bullet designed for a gas check shoot better with a gas check on it, or does it make no difference?
I guess we'll just have to start doing our homework and comparing
Yeah.
notes.
You'll have to just test that on an individual bullet with an individual gun.
Yeah, let's say that could go so many different ways because
Right.
every gun
True.
is going to
Exactly.
be different.
True.
as to how it's
Every
gonna
caliber is
perform on that.
different, and every bullet shape is different. I've got my own notes. I've got certain rifles that you can tell a difference, and certain ones it doesn't matter whether I powder coat before or after I install the gas checks. I have found does not matter. It's just a little harder to put them on after you powder coated them, which I think is why they invented the flare for the for the gas check. But it all depends on the velocity and what you're doing with the bullet, actually.
I'm going to
Well,
say the BHN plays a factor in that as well. If you've got a real hard lead, it might gas cut around the sides if it doesn't obturate right. So you got a softer lead, you're going to have better obturation. So we're still looking at so many variables.
Right.
It'll
Once
be hard
again,
to pin that down.
individual testing
got
on
like
that.
18 variables to deal with here for
Yeah.
one question, and you
Yeah,
can't.
and don't forget how much depth you set on that bullet too is going to make a huge difference as well. That again, that's what we mentioned just a second ago. Every gun's going to perform differently.
True.
It's going to perform differently because every one, it may, I got, my CZs, for example, they like the bullet seated a lot deeper because they're a real tight chamber. So it varies gun to gun how it's going to sit. So it's going to vary in that performance. So there are a lot of different factors that come into play.
If I shot a lot of 44 Magnum and loaded them hot, then yeah, I'd be gas checking a lot. But the only rounds I'm gas checking are hunting rounds for the 458 SOCOM, and that's it. And some 300 blackout rounds that I'm loading hot. But for plinking rounds, unless it's a bullet that, like we talked about earlier, that would have one driving band, I wouldn't see a need. And if that case, I'd probably use a different mold.
Right.
Yeah.
I love the HTC molds from NOE just because you don't have to worry about driving bands. You don't have to worry about gas checks. They're nice and clean, and they fall out great. So,
They have done some great work with their mold designs because everybody's been begging and preaching and saying we need smooth walls, and they've delivered a lot on those.
I'd say Taco's probably designed 90% of them.
I would say so. I would say that you're correct.
I want to backtrack a little bit to the installation of the primer or the gas check. When you cast in and you cut your sprues, make sure you get your sprues nice and flat, because if they roll up and swell up a little bit, I'm sure we've all had that happen. You're going to have trouble getting that gas check on there. But once you get your sprue cut just down right, you'll have easier luck getting your gas check on.
Yeah, make sure your pivot point is relatively tight. You're going to have a little bit of wobble. That's normal. But when it's closed, make sure that's tight. And, it's got that spring washer. And if you're using a Lee mold, it's got that spring washer and everything. Make sure that is tight. And because, you ain't wrong. You'll have a dimple on the back of it or something like that. Yeah.
Daniel, this is my plinking load for 300 blackout. It's an NOE HTC 150 grain spire point. That's my plinker. I probably cast more of them other than bunny fart loads. And then my bunny fart load is the NOE 309 135 SP. It's the Taco's bunny fart load. It's basically the same bullet, just in a 135, but it's more of a rounded nose. It feeds really well, and it dispatched a whole lot of turtles today.
And load that bullet upside down.
Did you say turtles?
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah, Preacher will be putting out a video.
You were too busy shooting to be filming, huh?
Dude, I probably shot 200 rounds or better today. It was a hoot. Every one of them were subsonic suppressed.
I'm really glad you and Harold had a good time.
Oh, we always do.
I know you did. Did you see any doe?
Did we see any doe? No, we saw a coyote sitting on top of a hay bale, but there wasn't a house behind it. We would have dispatched him too.
That was so funny when y'all were unicorn hunting and you drove past that pasture and said, "No, all does."
The East Texas unicorn hunt from Preacher
that was spectacular.
I still watch that about every 6 months and still laugh.
Oh man, that was a great. That's one of the funniest videos I've ever seen in my life.
Him getting in that Razor that had those 32-inch tires on it. That was about a 10-minute ordeal right there for him. I laughed and laughed and laughed.
God, that was. If anybody in the side chat hasn't seen that, Ozark, can you post a link to that? I don't know if you can or not.
I can't, but it's the Preacher's East Texas unicorn hunt. Is what
that's the funniest video I've seen in a long time.
But today we helped clean out his cupboard, and after I shot the jar of pickles, he goes and eats a pickle. I'm like, dude, I shoot another jar of something else. He goes and I'm like, dude, I'd be afraid to be full of glass.
he might just like pickles or peppers. I mean, I ain't gonna say nothing. Heck, I got a couple of pepper plants on the back porch, but I could
he had like
3 or 4 quarts. I mean,
he had some jars of pickled purple cabbage, and we shot them, and some buffalo wing sauce, and some.
Why are you shooting your stockpile? You should be. You should not even be able to feel like a human being. You're shooting somebody else's food.
Somebody else.
I was just thinking they was wasting food.
Oh, these have been in his cabinet for years.
Then by God, he needs to call a party, and we all need to show up there and eat it.
I gave him a joke. I said that purple cabbage that always ends up in somebody's food drive, and it's kind of like that gift at Christmas that you give to somebody else next year. But yeah, you'll see it in there.
The fruitcake, it's still a brick.
Good doorstop.
I like fruitcake, but I know a lot of people don't. But
yeah, I don't. So Jerry's fixing to head over the mountain. Jerry, be careful, man. I know how people will do y'all in them trucks.
Keep it between the lines, brother.
I saw some people driving this week that ought not have a driver's license. I'm like, are you serious? You're doing all this stuff and endangering all these people, and you might have passed one person in 7 miles instead of just sitting behind them.
Oh gosh!
Slow down, you speed up. I don't understand why 3% increase in the grade of the hill would require you to slow down 10 miles an hour. But I'm not going to dart all the way over to the right-hand lane.
They increased our interstate speeds up to 75. And I'd say 25% of people have not figured that out yet. It says it right there on the sign. Oh, that and all the folks driving up for the football game, the Georgia practice game tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, people, drive.
Oh, that's right there in your neighborhood, ain't it?
Well, we're calling it the Georgia Bulldog practice game. Was a practice game for y'all.
Yeah,
that remains to be seen, brother.
We'll see how the COVID tests come out.
Yeah, it's been a weird year.
A part salesman out of Arkansas. He's out of Little Rock. He works for my place of business. We've got guys all across the country, and he posted the Razorback and and all that. He said, "Good Lord willing, we can send all you Georgia boys home crying." I'm like, "Yeah, okay."
That's right. We need a bad COVID outbreak in Georgia.
I'm wanting to talk about this comment right here. And I noticed that those two bullets you showed, Ozark, were smooth sided. And I'm glad Scotsman's back to comment on this. And it's like I've always thought that smooth sided bullets would shoot better, particularly in rifle, because of the longer bearing surface, and you'd have more lead to bite into the grooves and stuff like that. And Coates is talking about the lube grooves serve a purpose in some rifles for longer ranges because they got a place for the lead to displace to, instead of winding up at the base as it's going down the bore. It'll pile up at the back. Then when it exits the muzzle, you got that excess lead at the back that's going to throw the spin off.
Well, that's one of the things that Taco tests for NOE is will the bullet, keep its shape. Here's one right here they try to develop. That's the Tres Amigo bullet, but that's a big long 200 grain cast bullet. Notice this gas check too because I was pushing it hard, but they had to put the grooves in there for displacement. So yes, that's something that NOE does test before he puts it into production.
We actually do the Tres Amigos thing again. When me and you and Jim need to get together and do that again.
I'll do a big bore version.
Do what now?
I want a big bore version. Something in 45.
Well, I can do 45. I don't have an AR in that franchise. You want to shoot the 458 is what you're wanting to do. I know what you're wanting.
Me?
Yeah.
Or the 4570. I don't care. It doesn't have to be an AR.
We can go
figure that, or we can do different bunny fart loads.
Let's do subsonic 44 Magnum. I don't know why you would ever do that, but I think that would be fun.
Yeah, that's called a 45 long colt.
Hey, I got one of them too. Oh Lord.
But there's another point I want to make and let y'all. That's good to know, though. I like that 200 grain bullet. I really like how it's got the thin grooves and then a long barren surface. Mm-hmm. But one point that I want to bring out that when it comes to determining if we need a gas check or not is it's important for us to go back before there and match up our BHN of our cast of our lead alloy to the pressure that we're intending to shoot these bullets at. Or you can just you can cast up your particular alloy and then match your charge to that particular alloy. And there's a chart in the lead book. I think it's page 113, 117. Somewhere around in there. And the importance is to maintain the maximum amount of, I want to say obtrusivity, that's not a word, but you want it to mark obturation. You want it to mushroom out and fill up those grooves and stuff as it's going down that bore. And that's how you do that is you match up that, and always remember this thing. And I think that this is one thing that as reloaders, we tend to lose track of is that velocity is the result of pressure. Without pressure, the bullet ain't going nowhere. And the pressure comes from the gas and all that stuff. But yeah, that's what we need to remember is our velocity is a form of are the result of the pressure.
Max.
So I know we're talking about gas checks, but you brought up a good point, and I want to throw this out there. The size of the grooves in the bullet, how much of a difference does that make, or can it make?
You talking about the lube grooves in the bullet design?
Yep.
Well, that's what we've been touching on here and kind of dancing around. Yeah, I think I've always thought that the longer the bearing surface of the bullet, the better the bullet would shoot up to a certain, and Coates set me straight on that, where you got to have if you're running it at really good pressure, really high pressure, that lead can pile up at the back and throw your spin rate and stuff like that, hurt your accuracy. But
Max Bear makes a good comment too. If you want to put that one on the screen,
let's see if I can find
you can gas check softer lead to push it harder for hunting purposes as well.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I've got a couple of bullet molds with only one lube groove in them, which we all know that bullet was made to be traditionally lubed. When you start stacking up multiple grooves, it's kind of weird. And Walter brought up that point that you just made, Jamie, and I'm starting to wonder if that was the problem that Ozark and Uncle Jim were having, where it would just the bullet would form to whatever barrel, because I can shoot mine out of my barrel and everything's great. They start shooting it out of theirs and they just have shitty results. Excuse my French. Just terrible results. I'm like, I don't understand it. And I showed him my video. Here's my bullets. And they're almost in the same hole. And I wonder if that may be the point, because y'all were going through 16 and 18-inch barrels.
Yeah. I was shooting 16.5-inch barrel, and that bullet's got a driving band with tumble lube bands behind it, and right. I'm wondering if there's just not enough pressure shooting them subsonic to, like you're saying, obturate those bands to. I was keyholing at 25 yards.
That baby shoots great for me, and it always has. I can throw them through the same hole, and at 50 yards, and if I dial in the right dope on the scope, 250 yards, I'm lobbing it in there like a softball pitch. But
you're shooting it supersonic, right, or close to?
No.
Okay.
No. That's why I was so confused as to why y'all weren't getting decent results. I mean, I love the bullets that you sent me. I love the bullets that Jim sent me. I was really let down that y'all didn't like the bullets that I sent y'all.
Well, I need to put it in that Ruger American of mine with 18.5-inch barrel and see if it likes it.
I mean, I'm running them with little gunpowder, and it's a subsonic load.
We shot your load, so
yeah, right. It's just a thunk, 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 and mine puts them through the same hole. So I don't know if there's a pressure spike because of longer barrel, or I don't know what's going on.
Difference in rifling, you never know.
Right. I was really confused at the end of that video. That's why I said we need to do this again. I need to get a new barrel. I'll get a new barrel. I mean,
if your barrel likes it, don't worry about it.
Y'all don't take me out here.
Do I keep it one?
Yeah, if it works, it works. Don't question it. Just roll with it.
It works for me. The Lee bullet is all wrong. Lots of people keyhole them. I don't need a boat tail. It's undersized at the clip area. Well, like I say, like I just told Ozark, Jim. It shoots great out of mine. That's what we were trying to figure out is what's the difference? Just because I've got a really short barrel, or Ozark's got a really long barrel. I don't know what. I can't remember what barrel you were shooting them out of, but I was actually flabbergasted at the results that y'all had from it, because y'all were shooting my load, and y'all saw my load. Bing, 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 bing. It's all right there.
I was shooting them out of Tavor, which is like an M4 barrel, and yeah. So I don't know. Big Al, back to your question there on that 22-250. If you're wanting to shoot the little bullets, you're fine. If you're wanting to shoot like the 70s and 88 grains, then you need the 14 twist. I'm sorry, the 12 twist. The little bullets is for the 14 twist, the 40 grainers, 55s. That's all I know about that.
And I'm just going to go ahead and say this. I'm sorry, Willie Bullet Man, but you think the missile is a paperweight? I have to disagree with you, because a lot of people shot mine and it was going through the same hole. So I don't know. And yeah, there's a huge difference between an 8 and a 16-inch barrel. I will give you that. I don't know. I developed a load that works great in my little pistol. And it works great for me. I was actually shocked that it didn't have any positive effects for y'all.
Did we lose Sharinda? I don't know when Sharinda's going to start casting as much 9 as she shoots. She's ideally set up.
She got her 420.
Oh, that's right. She does have 420 pot. I remember seeing that on Instagram.
I'll give her a couple of molds. She's ready.
I was about to say, she need a mold. I'll send her one.
I'll give her 2 of the 9mm. So it won't be long.
When she gets back on, she can drive down to Twine's house, and I'll drive up, and we'll have a casting session lesson.
Are you going to cook?
Sure, why not? I'm going to cook deer tomorrow. Fresh deer, never frozen.
I'll be there tomorrow.
You'll love fresh deer, never frozen.
Never frozen. Going little doe meat going down in the morning.
Man.
And yes, we're talking about the Lee 300 Blackout 230 grain mold. That's what I shoot. Now, Ozark sent me some bullets that he had, and Jim sent me some bullets that he had. They were all different molds. We did a whole series on it. It was called the Three Amigos. And I was really disappointed at the results from my bullets that I sent to them.
I've got that same mold. It was one of the first molds I bought from Lee to do 300 blackout.
My results were totally different. Uncle Jim had great results with yours, and we all agreed on this charge. I used the same charge, and my group was a lot bigger. Jamie, you were there when I shot him. And then Uncle Jim's bullets for you.
But supersonic because of his altitude, yeah.
Right. And then I had a really tight group, and you had a really, well, not really, but your group was a little large. Mine was a lot tighter. Everybody had the opposite damn reaction, which I thought was amazing. So I said, we need to redo this. Yeah. Every single person had their round shot great. And then every single person had the exact opposite happen to them.
Well, we could round to it and do low development for each bullet in our own guns and see what works. Yeah.
If you want to do it that route, we can do that. Which, that sounds like a good idea to me. I mean, if we're only going to shoot 25 yards, I don't have to go to the shooting program.
It was a time of year where, yeah.
I can take that 8-inch barrel at 250 yards and just ba-ding, ba-ding, ba-ding all day long. I finally get to the point where I'm tired of wasting lead. You know, I mean, it'll hit a target all day long because I know what dope to dial into the scope. But y'all were keyholing and just all kinds of crazy stuff going on. I don't understand that because I cast all the bullets that I loaded for that thing at one time. I sent you some, I sent Jim some, and I kept mine. And I sized them, or I powder coated, and I sized them, and I loaded them, and I shot them.
Well, you're at 250 feet above sea level. I'm at 1,200 feet above sea level, and Jim's 7,000 feet above sea level.
Well,
there's a difference there too.
There's all kinds of differences.
Yeah.
Hello, Jason.
Did you all have this? No, James. We did not have the same twist rifling.
All right, let me run through the side chat again. We got some new folks popping in, and we want to welcome them. So Daniel God is my judge is still out there. We got Uncle Jim popped in. Willie Bullet Man is out there. Thor's Axe. Scotsman's in the room. K24 is here. Big Al still here. Jason Trumbo, welcome. Thanks for coming in. We got James is still here. I can't say Veskig. James Pollard. Uncle Jim again. Daniel God is my judge again. This is who I want to say hey to. Jason and Jesse B outdoors. Jesse's been a stranger. We got Preacher's Day Off. Big Al still here. K24. Big E is still here. Bald and Curious. What's up, my brother? Big Al Tread, welcome in. Willie Bullet Man, Preacher's Day Off. Big Al.
Hi, man. Bye,
Coach,
man.
Coach is still here. Mig show up.
Yep. Hi, man.
Yep.
Bye, Mig.
On a cigarette break. Now, I want you to know, me and Preacher ate every single turtle that we recovered. So
We got Jerry 1911, the PCC kid, and I think Max Bear is here. James Pollard, and I think I'm repeating myself. So carry on, gentlemen.
I just think we need to do it again.
okay, we can do that.
It was a lot of fun. I really did have a lot of fun with that.
I enjoyed editing those videos. I had a good time with it.
Yeah, that was a great time, and it brought you, me, and Uncle Jim a lot closer. I think it was just fun, you know.
What are we going to do now? I guess we'll just have to use our brains.
Say it isn't so.
What is a plethora? Yeah.
Would you say I have a plethora? Look up here. Look up here. Oh, God. And what'd the bartender say? Oh, Lord. Crap. Never mind. When they were singing, I can't remember. Oh. Yep, that part.
Have to go back and watch. There's Sharonda. All right, she's back. We got a question for you. When are you going to start casting? Oh, you're muted.
We don't hear you.
Which is funny. I just had another package show up at the door. That's where I was at. I gotta, you know what? I gotta do an inventory and see where I'm at. I know I gotta get gloves and an apron, and I gotta go find some legs for this tabletop I have. So
You ain't got gloves, baby girl. I'll send you some damn gloves.
did you not see the mess I had to go through to get the hens den together? Bruh. I got space where I can focus on the list now. But yeah, I gotta get some gloves and apron.
Well, you drive down to Joplin to Twisted Twines, and I'll drive up, and we'll do a casting teaching session together. How about that?
Bet. I'm calling. Yeah. Hey, let me note down this timestamp. So he can
I
play
got no
this
problem
back.
with it. I got no problem with that.
Ozark, I didn't know she lived up in Joplin.
Yeah.
That's a little
I
bit of
know.
work.
It's from my house to hers, hour and a half.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's about 2 hours for me?
About 2 hours,
About
Kansas
2
City. So
hours?
yeah,
I
hour
drive
and a
that
half.
far to
That's
go
like driving
shoot.
across Atlanta. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's like going from one side of 285 to the other at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You only went 12 miles, but you know. Oh, the bartender's like my little buttercup.
oh. Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's been bothering me for 5 minutes. I finally figured it out.
Dave, you are right. It is almost chili season.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be about 56, 57 degrees in the morning when I climb up in the deer stand. But I tell you what, the mosquitoes like to carried me and Preacher off at one or two of those ponds today.
I'm telling you.
You're like looking through the scope.
Well, the mosquitoes,
knocking them off your ear.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't go without my thermocell. I mean, I like to hunt, but I'm still 1 year old. I can't take the skeeters.
the mosquitoes here in Georgia, they're in last ditch effort mode. If we can't mess you up right now, we're gonna die next week.
Need a good frost.
So I mean, they are all about it right now. I was sitting there, or sitting actually right here in this exact chair, and I had a mosquito land on my cup, and I'm like, "You need to move."
You need to move, smack it.
I ain't smacking it. I don't want to drink it.
Sounds like a personal problem.
That'd be a waste of good bourbon.
Right.
Or whatever the mosquitoes carrying the bourbon to kill it.
Well, we hope. That's what we're betting on anyway. I've been vaccinated. Ain't that right?
Okay, I got a quick question for Ozark. When you're doing your brewing thing, man, what do you put in the beer to make it carbonated?
It carbonates itself. Just the process of the yeast converting sugar to alcohol creates carbon dioxide. So if you carbonate in the bottle, you'll add just a tiny bit of sugar back to the beer, so the yeast will kick off. And if you're putting it in a keg, then you're charging it with CO2, so it'll self-carbonate that way.
Jason, or I will save you a little bit of this.
Part of the reason I ask is because when Rigby comes over, we got to have McDonald's. And I went through the drive-thru at McDonald's tonight, and none of the fountain drinks were working. And that fountain drink mixture thingy with the carbon dioxide and the syrup and the water and all that crap. That's been in that building since I was in high school. The same ones. So it's time for them to just suck it up.
That's a totally different thing, Jamie.
I know, but it just made me think of, well, how does, back when I drank a lot of beer, I was like, well, they must use the same stuff that Coke uses. And I'm like,
hold on. I got to stop you. Sharenda, if you're going to call him up in person.
Who did what?
I didn't want to overtalk Jamie, but Kyle, was that the pinky we saw up in the air?
Oh, when it's moonshine, it is.
Team No Shame.
That's moonshine etiquette right there.
I'm just telling you. I show no disrespect. This is rock good. This right here, this is top shelf. And Mark, you staying at my house?
I think so.
Come on. I'll save a sip for you too, brother.
Have you sipped all Angels?
I actually don't know. She hid hers from me.
I know, because every time we turned around, you was in it.
She hid hers from me. Oh, Mark, I need to buy a knife from you.
I'm working on it.
I
You
need
ain't
to buy
buying.
from
You ain't buying nothing anyway.
Oh, shut up. Oh, y'all both get to meet Baloo. Y'all haven't
Where's
met
the
Baloo.
cuteness?
Sorry about that, guys. My son's here. He was just he's just
Shut
leaving.
up.
Had to tell him bye.
Oh,
That's
But
all
yeah,
good.
I know nothing about beer or how they make it or anything. So
Well,
no,
in commercial beer, they do it just like that Coke coming out of that fountain. It runs through a pipeline, then they take it up to a high temperature, then cold flash it, then they inject CO2 into the lines and carbonate it that way. That's commercial beer.
yeah, but
Microbreweries do it traditionally a lot of times.
yeah, homemade beer is totally different.
Yeah, homemade beer you can actually carbonate it in the bottle. You can put too much sugar in there and have bottle bombs.
You gotta be careful. Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta be careful. I've done it, and my buddy that was helping me at the time, this was we're talking almost 8 years ago. He put too much sugar in it, and I wasn't watching him. I was doing one process, he was doing the other, and we put him in the fridge, and later that night, yeah,
Boom.
boom, baby.
They actually make little tablet. Looks like a little pill now. That's the perfect size amount of sugar to add back into it to carbonate one bottle. But some people get a little carried away or don't pay quite as much.
It's super easy to screw it up. My buddy was, I don't know what he was doing. Like I said, I wasn't watching him. I was doing one process, he was doing the other, but it wasn't a whole lot that he put in there, but it was just enough over that it went boom.
Yeah, it's about the amount of a baby aspirin that goes in a bottle. That's all. Even more than that, especially if you're bottle capping. That's why I like the flip top bottles. They'll spew before they'll blow.
yeah,
Yep.
K24 back a long time ago. I used to drink a good bit of beer, but I hadn't had beer in years and years.
Yeah, my dad decided he wanted to start making his own homebrew, and I got him a book, and the book was How to Improve on What You've Got. And he called me up. This was 15 years ago. It was like, you got to come down here. I got something that tastes like Bud Light that'll knock you off your rocks. I'm like, what? I come down there, and he hands me a 22-ounce bottle. He says, go ahead and sit down. I sit down. I take a drink. I'm like, that ain't bad. Got the sediment in the bottom. It's homebrew, whatever.
Yeah.
And I get about 3/4 of the way through that bottle. I was like, wow, this got something in it, don't it? And he goes, yeah, it's 14%. I'm like, oh my God. But a 22-ounce bottle, 14%, that's 104 degrees outside, I was like, wow, okay. Woohoo. What are you doing?
Well, have we covered gas checks sufficiently? Are there any more questions out there about gas checks or matching our lead, our BHN with our pressure, and that sort of thing? But when it comes to
yes, sir.
Oh, he got a label.
That's some homebrew right there.
Vanilla porter, huh?
I'll take
I brewed it 5 years ago.
yeah, that's over 5 years old.
That's vintage.
That's gonna be good right there.
I'll take it. But do you have a domesticated foreigner personalized glass to pour it into?
That
Nope,
looks rich.
This came from the Aviation Museum in San Diego, California. So here's to our veterans.
Amen.
I'll cheers to that. And Ozark, if you want a glass, I'll make you a glass, brother.
There you go. Nothing like some good head right there, buddy.
Well, I'll take a drink to that too.
Oh, that's good.
Oh heck, I might as well take mine too.
There you go. Now, Surrender would like this because it's got a real heavy coffee flavor to it. It's a porter.
I do like coffee flavor.
My tea don't.
Yeah, which reminds me, I had to have iced tea with my McDonald's tonight because
Iced
the Coke
tea.
machine was out of order. You know
There's
what?
nothing wrong with some glass of tea.
It was good, man. It really was.
You know, Jamie, that was probably healthier for you than the other crap you were going to drink anyway. So
Yeah, I probably switched for at least for a while. I love Cokes, man. I've been my granddaddy was feeding me Coca-Cola before I was 3 weeks old.
Man, you got to stay away from that crap.
oh,
I ain't
so
Coke.
here's the difference between me and Jamie. Jamie was getting fed Coca-Cola. I was getting fed whiskey.
Now, Jamie, you need to go to the ethics store and buy the Mexican Coke. That's the real stuff made with cane sugar. It's what we grew up drinking.
Oh, you can get that at
Walmart's carrying it now.
you can get that at the World of Coke. I don't even shop at Walmart, but
Cranky, what did I miss, buddy?
I
I don't
know.
remember.
I'm like, whoa.
I don't remember recommending any channels. But trust me, after
Wait a
that
minute.
comment, I will not be recommending the 2A
what
EDU channel.
what the hell is you talking about?
Cranky, what are you smoking?
I am now offended.
Frankie's drinking cheap wine tonight. It must be.
I don't care
Well,
if it's
Big Al, thanks for the opportunity to meet a need, brother. That's what we live for.
dead like a month
Cranky,
ago.
what channel are you talking about, dude?
Chico did a month ago.
Oh,
Now you're talking like a Democrat.
Oh,
That was a
goddamn.
month ago.
You're holding a grudge from a month ago. Shit, I don't remember what I had for dinner on Monday.
Okay, Hillary.
You know the thing.
Jesse, that's the one thing you can find a pretty good bit of around here right now is shot shells, particularly 12 gauge. And it's
Jesse,
getting
I
about
love
time
you.
for
Jesse, I love you, and I think you've got my phone number, but do not call me to ask me because I don't know. Get a manual.
We got plenty of birdshot on the shelves, shotgun shells around here. Cabela's, Walmart, Academy, it's all got shotgun shells.
I got a shotgun.
Ryan showed up.
I'm never gonna have to reload shotgun. I'm good.
He showed up with 2 bags of 500 wads, and you know I'm making buckshot and slugs and all that stuff. He goes, "What powder do we need?" I was like, "God Almighty, this guy's serious." Quit. What are you barking at? Just lay down.
Yeah, it seems like it's getting about time for the 16 gauges to be rolling out on the shelves.
Like the 40 Smith & Wesson still.
Jesse, if you need some 12 gauge, man, get a hold of me. I got plenty. You're literally like 3.5 hours or so from me. You're not that far.
Yeah, damn, that's good porter. Mm.
Bragger.
There's not enough hops in it for
Hold on,
Scotsman.
hey, do you have more of that?
I might have one more bottle of this.
That's a big old bottle. What is that, a quart?
What's it going to
That's a
cost?
liter.
A
What's it
liter?
going to cost you?
What'll it cost you? It'll cost you nothing, man. You do enough for our guys.
It's enough. Stop. You're
I'd
interrupting.
be, I'd be intrigued to try one.
I put a little oats in this one to make it real creamy.
Stop.
Are you gonna make a stud? It's gotta have oats in it. That's for sure.
There's AR gun 1776. So y'all know we don't usually do politics on our show, but we did lose last Friday night. As a matter of fact, Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away, and
I'm sorry to hear that.
I can tell you all broke up about it.
Well-
But on a personal note, I lost a good friend last Sunday. Well, last weekend at some point. My friend Frog, who he bought a motorcycle from me, had a motorcycle accident, and he laid it down. Girl stopped in front of him. The person stopped in front of him. He laid the bike down. This has been probably 4 or 5 years ago, and he really never was right. He broke his leg, and they talked about removing it and such as that. But yeah, he passed away last weekend, and they found him Sunday afternoon in his home. And it's been a tough week for me.
I posted a video. I think it was 3 years ago, July the 4th. We did our July the 4th salute. And it was me, Jamie, Frog, and Frog's buddy. I can't remember his name.
Rick.
It was Rick. Exactly. And there's a video on my channel with Frog. Man, I am so sorry because he was such a good guy. He really was. And then was it, I guess it was last year, you and Frog came up and we all went to the gun show right here by the house. Had a good time with that, and we were all the time looking for my oldest son because he was over there looking at old rifles and stuff like that. But yeah, man, that's some sad news, man. I didn't know him extremely well, but I do miss him. That my hat's up. See, my hat's off.
Man, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Y'all too good to me. You really are. And
It's tough, man. I mean, we've lost so many over the years, and I don't know how many guys on this that follow this particular channel and stuff know, but we got someone else out there that's got cancer right now. So far, he's doing really good. He's been on treatments for the past month. And been doing really well, and hasn't gotten sick with the treatments and stuff like that. So he's doing good. But man, we've lost so many good people over the years. It's not even funny, man. It's just horrible. It really is.
It's terrible.
They say we're in a pandemic, but what about fucking cancer? What about all these other things that really plague us more than this stupid?
Well, they don't care about that because there's more money to be made.
Yeah, it's not affecting politics right now, so it doesn't make the headlines.
Yeah.
it sure affects the people who get its pocketbook. The way they rape and pillage you for money is
Quit, baby girl.
insulting, to say the least.
I can go off on a huge rant, but I'm not going to.
I'll raise my glass to Frog. Here you go, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Cheers.
Cheers, Frog.
Thanks, fellas. So what about it, Surrender? You've been awful quiet over there. Mark kind of has too. So y'all got any you taking notes on gas checking?
Yep.
I was saying earlier when you were getting your package, you're a 9mm loader.
Yeah.
And so casting is right up your alley. 9mm is perfect for casting. Any of your pistol calibers are perfect for casting.
You can buy a 45. I got.
That's my next one is 45 ACP and a carbine.
I don't know about carbine, but my next big purchase is a over under. Then I'll look into pistols.
Yeah,
What?
you're enjoying that wing shooting, aren't you? You're
Too
doing
much.
pheasant. You're doing
Too
quail.
much.
Or
I haven't got quail yet. I got actually one of the coaches is doing us or they're doing giving us private advanced wing shooter lessons tomorrow. So they're just stroking the fire more.
I love shooting sporting clays, but man, they can frustrate you sometimes.
I actually enjoy them a lot more than I did a couple of years ago. It's probably because I get more hits than misses now.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. You know, the average shooter's like 30 on sporting clays.
Oh, look at here, look at here, look at here.
Is that cranky?
No, Jamie.
There we go. There we go, Cranky.
Okay, I don't know what 586 means. Sorry.
It means he's getting a Smith and Wesson.
Oh.
Surrender knows about a 586, don't you?
That means he's stepping into the realm of.
I ain't got to.
He's getting into the realm of awesome. That's what he's getting.
Frankie's not afraid to spend money on a decent revolver.
Tin
Man got into the revolver world. He got him a GP 100 last week, and a new baby girl. So, Tin Man, congratulations on the baby girl.
Salute. It's 10 Man.
Yeah, congrats.
Yep. First baby. So a little girl. So he's loading up on ammunition and
that'd be a good one, Idaho, for sure.
Thompson.
Those Thompsons are cool. Then you pick them up and they weigh more than an AR-10. You're like,
they were not
They're not
Thompson will give you new meaning for, hey, this gun is heavy.
That's right. That's
it
right. For a little gun, it is heavy.
They need to come with a shoulder sling.
You put that mag in there, you know you got a gun in your hands.
No wonder you can control the thing because it weighs 11 pounds.
But the rosewood grips were so well made. I mean, they just fit your hand. I mean, like, you know. I've had the privilege of shooting a
Tommy gun.
Thompson, and that's just nice.
Yeah, I shot a 1929 Thompson. One's got the cooling rings down the barrel.
Yeah.
Got a cups compensator on it. Nice. And this sucker still walks up on you. You're like, you're picking it up, going, man, this is a manly gun right here.
Yeah.
And it's still nice. Even with the cups compensator on it.
That some bitch is nice, though. God almighty.
That was my first full automatic gun I ever shot.
So AR guns, everybody wants a 629. It's just some of us don't know it yet.
Now, do you, punk?
Well, do you?
Did he fire 5 or 6?
I believe you're right, Ross.
I made a YouTube video about that too.
I'll tell you, if any of you guys ever find it, the 44 Auto Mag, if you can find it for an excellent price, let me know, because I still want that. That is the one kind of gun that just lingers out there. That's the one I want.
The 44 Auto Mag?
The 44 Auto Mag.
Why don't you just get a Deagle?
No. I want the Dirty Harry 44 Auto Mag.
You want the special brass, the special, yeah.
I shot the Deagle. I wasn't that impressed. I want the 44 Auto Mag. That's what I want. When you set your mind on something, that you get that tunnel vision. That's it, man.
Well, I want a Luger.
I'll keep my eyes open. I've come over.
You can buy 44 auto mag, and you can buy a Luger anytime you want to. You just got to fork out the cabbage to get it.
The 44 auto mags I've seen have been around $5,000, and I'm not paying $5,000.
I want a Derringer. Go ahead and laugh at me and roll your eyes.
Oh, what kind of Derringer do you want? 22 mag, or you want the all the way up to 45 long Colt?
I'm good with 22. I don't want it for any reason other than just to collect it. That's it.
Oh, they're still making those 22 Magnum Derringers. It's spelled different than the original one, but
yeah, I think I seen one. Some lady bought it last week, so there went that. But I see that they're
not bad. They're around 300, 350 bucks.
Yeah,
So,
these are around.
Bring that back up. So y'all see this right here. Cranky just admits on a live stream that he's a little pussy. He's
What did I just walk into?
What they say on Saturday Night? Look at the little girly man.
Stop being a little pussy. Man up.
No, man, Cranky can do it. Chico shot a 500 Smith & Wesson.
That's what I'm saying. Man up.
I tell you what, I've shot a 44 mag and a little Winchester carbine, and the weight, with that cowboy arch on it, it is not fun to shoot. It is not fun to shoot. I'd rather shoot the handgun any day than I would that little carbine lever gun.
Come to the house. The crazy Scotsman's coming. Come to the house. I got plenty of room. We'll all go shooting together.
Yeah, I'm going to start working on something this coming week for us to get out and shoot. I don't know if I'll be able to pull it off. If not, we can go up to John's Mountain again. But we gotta get in touch with Chico and see if he can join us.
I got to load up a bunch of 44 Magnum apparently if the crazy Scotsman's coming. And I think the crazy Willie Bullet Man will be here too.
Well, I've got about 200 rounds of 44 mag loaded up that came in that pickup truck load of stuff that I bought, but I do not own a 44 Magnum.
Well, come on over.
Oh, thanks, Idaho.
Drive on over to Georgia. I'm still worried about Willie. He wants to come over here, and he's more than welcome. But I don't have any ramps, and to get out of the living room into the dining room, there's 2 stairs.
Well, he's got his leg. He got around. That's Mark. He got around Uncle Jim's great.
Oh,
He's got it.
So
he's got his artificial leg.
Well, I know that, but I'm trying to make it as easy on people as I can.
He's out tromping around in the snow. He's fine.
I'm not putting Willie upstairs in the kid's bedroom. I'm not going to do that because I know he's like me.
Hey, look,
you might want to put skis in the middle of the night or something like that. You don't need to downstairs.
Kyle, it's simple. Put him wherever the fuck he wants to go.
I'm gonna put him wherever the hell he lays down.
If he's happy upstairs, he's happy upstairs. You put him where he wants to go. That's it.
Hell, he'll probably sleep outside. Shit.
Biggie, where did that come from?
Cranky, I said I didn't say I had no desire to shoot it. I said it hurt.
I'm gonna have to agree with Big E. It's something about that soda bottled in Mexico.
Well, it's made with real sugar instead of corn syrup. There's a difference.
All right, Surrender. 2 weeks from now, where you at?
2 weeks from now.
You want to come down here and share unicorn lamps with Angel?
2 weeks. Would that be the 10th?
Is it the 10th or the 9th?
Right. What's today's date?
19th. I can't remember.
Today's the 25th, and Scotsman will be here on the 9th. Mark will be with
Yeah,
him.
9th.
So I will
Okay.
actually be working.
Well,
that
we just can't
weekend.
have that.
I know. I got stuff to buy. I
I was gonna say, come on down, stay at the house. I got
Plus,
plenty.
them flights ain't cheap at 2 weeks.
We'll do dead zero right here at the house. The hell with it.
Them
Dead
flights
zero
are
at the
not
house.
cheap at 2 weeks.
We'll set up in the backyard.
Light them up, boys.
Do air rifles in the backyard.
Well, Ozark, I DM'd you on Instagram. I
I
seriously
just
wanna
messaged you.
I
I
wanna
just
meet up
messaged
with
you
you.
back. I
Yeah.
sent you my number.
You think Twisted will come out and hang with us too?
Oh heck yeah! We'll do it at her house. Yeah.
Okay, because I follow her and I love her woodworks.
Oh yeah, we'd love to meet you in person.
Gotcha. Bet. I can make that happen.
And he'll probably make you some portobello mushroom infused damn doodad with the Uzi and the what and the A zone and the Y zone. Yeah.
All right, it's getting late, so we need to start wrapping this up and let these fellas get back to that. We've been on so long. Big E has already put his 22-250 together. Now that's
We're only at an hour and 45 minutes. Come on, Jamie.
yeah, I know, man, but you don't know how long it's going to take us to say goodbye. That generally takes 45 minutes, Ozark.
Well, okay. I'm not going to argue with you there.
Yeah, that's what Big E. That's what my parents called me when I was like 12 years old. You're a little cokeaholic.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, regular Coke. After they did the new Coke thing.
Oh yeah, they brought it back to Coca-Cola Classic, which was actually the new Coke.
It's never been the same after that. How can you take 145 years of success and blow it in 3 weeks?
It ain't never been the same.
Absolutely.
When you become a multinational company instead of a family-owned company, that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Well,
up there.
And we see that in the gun industry as well. Look what they did. Look what lawyers and pencil necks did to Remington. Sorry.
Yeah, well.
You ain't lying, brother.
Well,
I'm mixing politics and guns. All right, so we'll start going through the room, and with that, Sharonda, you want to start first? Ladies first?
Yeah. So I'm about to add on there. Not only show a lady how to reload, show us how to cast too, because y'all ain't nothing
deal.
but bad influences and
I'll bring you some
trouble.
homebrew too.
I will drink some homebrew too. It's good hanging out with you guys tonight.
We were glad you were here.
No.
Mark.
All right. Nothing much coming up, guys. Just working on details for this little trip again and working my tail off, enjoying it when I can. So we'll go to Kyle.
I'm just hating the fact that I got a vacuum.
Okay.
But, I got plenty of room for you guys. It's not a problem. All right. So that's what we got. Tomorrow, guy right down the street's coming over to reload. He's thinking about getting into reloading. He's already brought me all kinds of primers and powders and shotgun wads and this, that, and the other. So he's serious. We're going to be loading ammo. Hell, I might even make a video about it. Who knows? But I'm going to take the easy route. What's up, Doc?
What's up, Doc? Deer season opens tomorrow. Oh, yeah, it's a meat hunt tomorrow. We got tags for 10 does, a special hunt, and I want to say thank you to Preacher today. I got all warmed up for deer season, shooting at probably 100 turtles, 200 rounds. That was a hoot today. Anything you do with Preacher's a hoot. I want to put my glass up to the folks that we lost this week. Uncle Jim lost somebody. Jamie lost somebody. There's other people we need to hold dear in our hearts. Here's a glass up to them. Scotsman, over to you, brother.
Thanks, Ozark.
I'll definitely hold a glass up for that. That's for sure. We lose people all the time, guys. It's tough situations, but the biggest thing we can do is just remember them. Remember their prime. As far as reloading stuff, I haven't had a whole lot this week. Last week I did some 30-30, 44. We'll be working on some 6.5 Creedmoor coming up here pretty soon too. I've been all over the place. 223, you name it, man. I'm all over. I'm doing little pieces by little pieces here and there. Appreciate being here. Glad to be here tonight. I've had to work the last couple of weekends, which I'm not complaining. Overtime's good, but good to be here. Good to see everyone on Side Chat, and appreciate it.
Mark,
I'm not sure who's next because I was off the road, so I don't know. Where are we going?
I think we've been through the room already, so I guess it falls on me, guys. We had 47 at one point. I want to thank everybody that dropped in to see us tonight. I have a ton of video ideas, but I'm working as much side work as I can get right now. Christmas is coming up, and we don't know what's coming down the way as far as our economy and all that crap is going on. I want to reiterate and encourage everybody to get to the polls and vote. Let's not trust the mail and what all they can do with a mail and
no, we're not talking politics. We're not talking politics, and that's what you're starting to do. Because I'm fixing to unload some stuff, but
it's this
no
is
matter who you vote for, get your ass out there and vote. That's
right. If you don't, that's what I'm saying. If you're not going to vote, don't be griping about stuff. In Idaho, I'm very sorry about your dad, brother. I'll keep you in my prayers this week. And
I know somebody here that's voting this year, right? Right, first time. That's right.
We're honored to have you as a citizen, Jason. I gotta say that.
I can't express to you how important it is to get out and vote. Make sure you do it in person. If you haven't seen already, there's already been mail-in voting that has been destroyed. It's been thrown out in Florida and many other places. Get out, vote in person. Don't listen to this pandemic BS. Get out and vote. It is a must. Absolute must.
It is. If you gotta wear your mask, do what you gotta do. But I think I'm gonna be doing a comparison of the Lee mount, press mount, and the inline fabrication. So that's what I got coming up this week. I think I'm just gonna make that my project. And thank everybody for coming in. Remember, get out to vote. We're in touch. Y'all be in touch. If you need to email us at the Georgia Shooting Connection at gmail.com. We're on Instagram as well. And y'all do me a favor. Go bomb Chico's Instagram and tell him you miss him on the Georgia Shooting Connection on Friday nights. We love him. I miss him. And I know he's got stuff going on and with Carter and everything like that. But yeah, I miss my brother.
Can I bring up one more thing real fast?
Absolutely.
Guys, if you haven't seen Bald and Curious's video, please jump over, support Bald and Curious. You have a chance to win a 1911, not just any 1911, a pretty sick 1911. But you're helping one of his family members too. So if you guys can jump over there, check out his video. I'm not going to go into detail here, but please jump over, check out his video. Again, Bald and Curious is giving away a 1911 for a really, really good cause.
Great. I'll have to go check that out. I love 1911s. So let's go help out our brother Bald and Curious. Y'all have a good rest of your weekend. Lord willing, we'll see y'all back again next Friday night. Hope God blesses y'all real good.
Good night.
We'll see
Night.
y'all next week.